Hey everyone. I'm re-recording this because someone said they couldn't hear me earlier when I uploaded the video, so hopefully this is better. Opal, be quiet. So it's been a bit since my last upload, and that's because I ended up getting a really bad kidney infection on my left side where the nephrostomy bag is, and I ended up spending about 6 days in the hospital. Um, yeah. So I went to emergency and they admitted me, and they were going to run like some CT scans or whatever, but I think they knew from the urine sample from the colostomy, from the nephrostomy bag and then me making potty and blood work that it wasn't anything to do with my cancer. So um, like at 5 in the morning, the resident came in to see me, and he had said initially they were just going to keep me for observation, but they would move me out of emergency, because of COVID. And so I was like, okay. And then about an hour and a half later, the two more residents came in, actually two of the female residents in the gynec unit that I've seen before. They actually came in and they looked at the nephrostomy bag, and they could see that there was pus and stuff coming out of the tubing into the bag. So they're like, we're going to admit you. We're going to admit you, and da 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 da. So I got admitted and moved to the oncology wing, and I ended up spending, that was Wednesday morning was when the admittance happened, but I'd been there since Tuesday evening. So Wednesday morning at about 7 in the morning, they moved me up to the oncology wing, which is the 7th floor of the main hospital there. And I was, put in a room, a private room. And ironically enough, it was the same room I had my first chemo in. And they started IV antibiotics. They actually started antibiotics in the emergency, but they continued it there. They replaced the tubing and the bag, the outer tubing and the bag, on Thursday. They wanted to make sure that nothing would reinfect the kidney, just to be cautious, right? And then, so fever went down Wednesday, but then it came back Thursday, like in the morning-ish hours. And so then I was put, given some Tylenol, and they were going to move me Thursday, but they waited since the fever came back. And then all day Friday that I didn't have any fevers. So Friday evening, at about 7:30 in the evening, they transported me by ambulance basically across the parking lot to what we call our chemo building, which is where we do our chemo and radiation. And on the 3rd floor of the building, they have like a surgical unit that places our ports in doctors' offices, for oncologists. So in the back of our chemo center, there's a bunch of small private rooms. Usually, if there's not a bed in these rooms, there's 2 chemo chairs. But all the rooms were occupied by cancer patients, those of us who'd been hospitalized and then moved over when we were stable. So it's kind of weird because they have like little partitions up and stuff, So yeah, so hopefully I don't have to go back. The visiting nurse came here earlier today. I don't think she replaced the bandage around the nephrostomy, and I don't think she did it right, and I'm kind of hurting, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, I have 2 Instagram like for you guys to follow if you can find them. If you Instagram, I'll put the information in, not the comment section, but the information section. The first one, she goes by It's Dr. Emma, and it's a young little girl fighting a blood cancer. And the other one, it's a single father whose daughter is also fighting a blood cancer, and his is It's lower line DA, lower whatever, and then Chad. I'll put it in my info section for you guys. I follow them because those little girls just, you guys, if you're going through this, you know what a painful and unpleasant process this is, and these little girls are just so, to me, inspirational. The other thing is that they also have fundraisers going. If you guys could help them with $1 or $5 or whatever you can comfortably afford, I highly suggest you guys try to help them out, because as you all know, if you're going through this journey, it's a very expensive journey. So I also have a fundraiser on bonfire.com. When you hit bonfire.com, it'll say look up campaign by name. Mine is Justine Fights Cancer, and you should show the t-shirt should come up. I also have a sweatshirt. I also have PayPal. PayPal me, and it's Justine Fights Cancer. I'll put everything in the description box. And then I have Venmo, and I also have a Cash App. I'm always fundraising. I will be doing a giveaway this month. If you need to comment on this video, if you share it and they subscribe, make sure you know that they give you credit, and I'll put your name in the drawing twice. But the main thing and then any new subscribers, of course, will get their name in the drawing. But if you share the video and someone that you know subscribes to it, if they give you credit, I will put your name in the winning pot twice, basically. And it'll be a gift card this month. And I'll probably announce the winner around the 22nd or 23rd. So yeah, I have chemo Friday, and then in 3 weeks I'll have another chemo. I'm supposed to go get rescanned because she said I did the CT scans too early. And she also wants another echocardiogram done, my oncologist. So I haven't heard anything if that's been approved or not, so I don't know. I would just, not do this anymore, this doxorubicin. I was on some of the cancer chat boards on Instagram, and they were talking about this, how it can cause sepsis. And I said, I wonder if that's what happened with my kidney. And it could be because I had chemo on a Friday and this was placed on the following Monday, and it just maybe never healed right because of, the chemo. But it hasn't been as bloody, as red since I got out of the hospital, even though I'm moving and whatnot. But it is still bleeding slightly. So, yeah. Yep. Crazy. Like I said, you guys, it's been a crazy few weeks. I've been watching a lot of TikTok videos lately. Just mainly for something to do. You guys know how sleep is in this process. I've been taking my psych med, a Seroquel at night, and I'm glad I take it. Instead of taking my pain, like my Oxy or a methadone, I'm just taking the gabapentin with the Seroquel and my normal night meds, so that I can get some rest. But one of the things I noticed, and it's a low dose of the Seroquel, it's like 50 milligrams. But I just wake up tired. Like today, I didn't wake up till almost 10. Yesterday it was like 11. So yeah, but I feel tired all day long from the Seroquel. Although I didn't sleep today. Excuse me. My fur baby's been doing good. She really missed me when I was gone. It took her 10 minutes to calm down once I came home. And I had to hold her here in bed and, calm her and let her know everything was okay. So, yeah. My oldest daughter took her for the weekend to give my mom a break. And since she was taking her puppy home, she took mine with her. And so she had her first doggy sleepover. So cute. My mom's out back right now with my fur grandbaby. She knocked on my window earlier. I re-recorded again. So I did have a video before this one, but someone said they couldn't hear me talking, so I made that video private and I'll re-upload this one. So no big deal. Same information. Gosh, I can't remember. So I told you guys my best friend might be COVID exposed. I think I told you that at the beginning of the video, right? Gosh, I don't know. If I didn't, you know, chemo brain, it's the real thing. So my best friend got exposed to COVID. And what sucks about that is that she's even more careful than I am. But she does have children, and unfortunately, you know, they're not as careful. So she's got to go get tested. That has me really stressed out because she has medical conditions that make her immunocompromised, and kind of like me and probably all of you watching who have cancer, it's something if we get it, you know, the chances of us surviving it are really low. So I am praying that she doesn't get it and that she doesn't have it, because I don't know how I would handle that emotionally at all. It wouldn't be, I wouldn't handle it very well, I'll just tell you that right now. So yeah, my husband is back in Texas. Hopefully he'll be able to come out here at the beginning of March. I'm thinking about flying back to Texas because I have an airline credit with American Airlines, but it's really going to depend on when these scans get scheduled, as to when I can get out there. So yeah. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot going on. I don't. I'm mostly just in bed all day. Although I do get up. I've been really tired. This nephrostomy bag sucks. I have driven myself a few places. Like I drove myself on Monday to go do my labs. And I drove to go get my medicines, some of my prescriptions, you know, and things like that. But long trips, I'm just not comfortable with driving long trips. My eyesight is kind of off. It's been off through this whole process, and my sugars have been fine, so it's not that. It just could be from the chemotherapy, I don't know. So I have all these, I can't get this off. I used alcohol too, and I don't want to scrub too hard. I have all these things from where they put the heart monitors, and you know, oh gosh, the nurse that put my IV into my port, she's one of the traveling nurses, okay? She tried to put it in. I was laying kind of flat, and I was like, oh no, stop, God, that. She put it in, but it hurt. And I was like, oh, I don't think you have it in right. And I said, let me sit up, please. And then she put it in again, but, you know, it usually doesn't hurt. And it hurt a little bit. I was like, we'll see what happens Friday at chemo. If it hurts, we may have to think about replacing the port, put it on the left side or something. I don't know. So, yeah. Got my precious fur baby here. She's knocked out asleep. But if I were to get up right now, she'd get up and be like, where are you going? So yeah, that's the only thing that truly scares me about this going south, and maybe I don't make it, is that my dog is so attached to me. And although I know she would be well, you know, cared for, it's just, it just breaks my heart. So I'm trying not to cry. Don't think about that. So yeah, got the nephrostomy bag, and it's been okay. I did take a nice sponge bath today, and I scrubbed my feet. I was so embarrassed in the hospital because I haven't had a pedicure in more than a year. The last time I got a pedicure was before my tumor debulking and hysterectomy last January. So my surgery was January 20th of 2020. So that prior Thursday I had the pedicure, and that was the last time I actually went in for a pedicure. Because of course when I was in the hospital, this whole COVID crap was happening in Wuhan, and I remember watching it on the news and stuff with my bestie, my chemo Sabi, and just thinking, wow. And we both said then too, oh no, it's already spread, because Wuhan, we knew, is like one of their big their commerce, you know. And like I said, more than 800 flights a day went in and out of that airport. So we already kind of knew stuff was happening. And of course, it was in March where they locked us down. But I had already been kind of in isolation prior to that. Just trying to get better from surgery, healing from surgery. So I don't know. I need to seriously talk with my oncologist about doing maybe some more tumor debulking. So where the tumors are now, of course, one is compressing on my left ureter, and then my adrenal gland is surrounded by tumors. They might be attached to the gland itself. And up at the gastric fundus and the cecum, and possibly the liver. So, yeah, we're just watching all that right now. And possibly the lungs, which they're just watching. So, yeah, it's not one thing, it's another. I hope you're all doing good wherever you are in your journey with this, whether you're just beginning it, or if you're midway through like me. You know, just remember, take one day at a time, and not every day is going to be perfect, and there are going to be times when you want to cry. Let yourself cry. Do it. Let yourself cry. You're entitled to that. But just get up and keep going. That's all I can tell you. This is not the easiest process to go through, and it completely sucks 99% of the time. But our attitudes play a huge part in how well we go through this process. It's very easy to let yourself get down and get depressed and wallow. Just don't let yourself do that. Just get up. No matter what it takes, get up and just keep going with a smile. If you're at the end of this process, I hope that you have a peaceful transition from this life. May it be pain-free. And, you know, for all of you guys, just remember to be grateful. There's always something to be grateful for. You know, no matter how bad we think we have it, there is always someone who has it much worse. And, you know, I think part of the reasons why I'm following those two little girls' journey is that I know how painful this process has been, and these little girls have blood cancers, and so their chemo treatments are a little bit longer than what I endure, you know, and if they could still have a smile, I think I could have a smile too, you know. And if you don't have a support group, find one. There's a lot of online support groups. There's a lot of just groups on even Instagram and stuff where they post funny stuff, and some of it's some dark humor, but it's all good. So, I mean, it's whatever you got to do to keep going. And that's it until next time. I will probably my next upload probably won't be until I announce the winner of February's drawing. So I'm gonna say the 22nd or the 23rd. It'll just depend on how I'm feeling. And that's all. Until next time, you guys. Everyone be good and take it easy.